Kia ora. I'd like to show you some copies of Austen's novels I have on my bookshelf. This is my first Jane Austen novel. It's from a collection my parents had, and you can see it's quite beaten up. When I left home for the first time to move to Invercargill for study, I took it with me. I also took a bottle of some sort of scented oil, and it burst all over the book in my bag. It just smells like book now. It's from Best Loved Classics collection. I don't think the rest of the collection survived. This was the only Austen and I laid claim to it. You can see that the pages inside are damaged. The blue from the cover seeped through. This is probably my favourite Austen that I have. Not that I've actually, I think, ever read it. It looks like a Bible with its weight and size. It's got thin paper and gilded edges. Not only is it all the novels in one book, but it also has Lady Susan, which I love, and is not always considered a complete novel. This was a gift to me from an ex-husband that he brought back to me from a trip to Europe, even though we were separated at the time. I have photos of me with this on my website, sitting in amongst tall grass, looking contemplative, and I make sure to tell people it's not a Bible, though it may look like it. This is a copy of Northanger Abbey from 1965, gifted to me by one of my sisters. I don't tend to collect different copies of the novels, though I know that some people do. I was touched that she thought of me. She found it in a second-hand shop. I do like that it's a hardback. Still has a cover with, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Catherine and Mr. Tilney driving to Northanger. This is 355 in the World's Classic series by Oxford. When I thanked my sister for it, for some reason I thought it was published in 1945, which was 100 years after Cassandra Austen died. So I remember saying that in my letter to her, but it actually looks like it was printed in 1965. Never read the introduction in this. Another book I have two copies of is Lady Susan, The Watsons in Sanditon. With good reason. This one I got originally, but it doesn't match the other editions that I have, which you can see there. This one, however, does. I have two copies. They're from the same series, Penguin Classics, so this is the newer version, and I know that there have been new covers for the other novels, so there's probably a new cover for this one as well, since I got this. They appear to have the same typesetting, just that this one is larger. And having two was useful when I was recording the podcast series on Lady Susan. I had one copy and my co-host for the letter had another. I don't need two though, so I might gift this to somebody. I have two copies of Jane Austen's Juvenilia. I'm not entirely sure how to say that word, whether it's Juvenilia. I have been corrected on it before, but I do not remember. So I have this one, which I got first, and then this big red one. I got the big red one because I lost this one on my shelf. I could not see it, so I ordered another. Not a problem. I'm going to have with this one. It's big. It's red. This one's got more notes and is more attractively laid out. This is just kind of a cheap edition. So I'll keep this one and I might get rid of this one. It's annoying to me that her early works, not going to try and pronounce the word again, don't come out with the others in standard matching editions, so then I could have one from Penguin Classics that looks like this. And these are some of my copies of Austen's books. If anyone would like the extra copies or willing to pay for shipping costs, let me know.